Listen up, Browns fans, because what I'm about to tell you could flip the AFC North upside down. I'm talking about a moment, a storyline, a shift that doesn't just change a game. It could rewrite the next few years of this division. And trust me, it's hitting close to home for Cleveland. This isn't just some headline to scroll past. This is about our shot at another championship push. And maybe even watching a division rival spiral for years. Shedeur Sanders, 5th-round pick. Supposed to be an afterthought, supposed to wait his turn. Instead, he just kicked the door down. His debut as a starter came against the Panthers. And what I saw, honestly, it felt like a movie. Bank of America Stadium wasn't just a football field that night. It was a stage. And Shedeur, he walked in like the main character. Tony Brown's blasting unreleased tracks of Shedeur's own music through a boombox, setting this surreal, almost cinematic vibe. Dark shades, diamond-encrusted legendary pendant catching the stadium lights. If you didn't know better, you'd think you were watching a seasoned superstar making a prime-time entrance, not a rookie quarterback walking into one of the toughest proving grounds in football. And that's why this story hits different. This wasn't about hype. This was about patience paying off. Shedeur had been waiting quietly, taking mental reps while buried behind other names on the depth chart. But when the shot came, he took it with both hands. All right, I'm launching a giveaway like never before. Think you know which Browns quarterback will start the first official game? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed. Because 5 lucky winners will score a free game jersey. The more videos you comment on, the better your chances. Now let's continue the video from where we left off. Now, for anyone who doesn't know the full backstory, Shedeur is the son of NFL Hall of Famer and Colorado head coach, Deion Coach Prime Sanders. He's been hyped for years for his arm talent, his composure, his leadership. And Deion has never been shy about saying his son can make it big in the league. This preseason, it was time to prove it. And he did. In the most Browns way possible, stepping into a crowded quarterback room with Kenny Pickett, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and others clawing for the same job. Most rookies in his spot would have faded into the background. Not Shedeur. From the jump, he played with that same unapologetic swagger that made his dad a cultural icon. The message was clear: I belong here. Even as a 4th-string quarterback on paper, his game was anything but 4th-rate. This wasn't just survival. This was a statement. And watching the game unfold, you could feel his father's pride radiating in real time. Coach Prime was posting live reactions on X, hyping every big play. After Shedeur's gorgeous 7-yard touchdown into double coverage to Davis, Deion was roaring, "Yes, Law, yes!" Minutes later, after a 12-yard sliding grab in the end zone with a defender hanging all over Davis, he posted, "Oh yeah, what now?" God is so good. This wasn't just a dad cheering for his kid. It was a declaration. His son's moment had arrived. Now, let's talk about the game itself. First drive, not great. 3 and out. One high pass off Deontay Johnson's hands, then a route that didn't develop deep enough on 3rd down. Pretty standard rookie jitters, but here's where it gets good. Instead of folding, Shedeur came right back on the next drive and flipped the energy. Hit Travion Williams for a 15-yard catch and run, then took off himself for a 10-yard scramble. That moment right there told me everything. He wasn't scared of the moment. From there, the kid caught fire. Just before halftime, he threads a needle over defenders to Davis in the back of the end zone for his first touchdown. Poise, accuracy, nerves of steel. Browns fans in the stands started looking at each other like, "Wait, do we have something here?" And he wasn't done. His second touchdown, another strike to Davis, this time on a crossing route, showed off the full package: arm strength, timing, and that calm, almost surgical decision-making you can't teach. This wasn't just a good night for a rookie. This was the kind of debut that changes conversations in a front office. So, let me tell you, from the very first drive, I could feel it. You know that electricity when a quarterback isn't just playing the game but taking command of it? That was Shedeur Sanders tonight. The way he moved in the pocket, calm, confident, scanning the field like he had all the time in the world, and when it was time to let it rip, boom, perfect spiral. This wasn't just a rookie trying to survive out there. This was a young man putting the league on notice. But hey, real quick, I've got to pause for just 1 second here. If you want YouTube to keep putting the latest Cleveland Browns news right in your feed, go ahead and smash that like button. It's quick, it's easy, and it really does help keep Browns Nation together right here on this channel. Appreciate you. All right, now let's get back to it. Because what happened next? Oh, this is where things got crazy. As the game rolled on, Sanders just kept stacking those wow moments, escaping pressure, rolling out like it was all part of the plan, firing darts on the run into windows so tight you'd think the ball had no chance, and yet it was right there every time. Then came the play everyone's talking about. You know the one. A 29-yard strike. Floria stretches out with one hand, pulls it in like it's nothing. Vintage Shedeur, the kind of throw that makes you sit forward in your seat and think, yeah, that's not normal. This is why I keep saying, the kid's got elite arm talent, but more importantly, he's got the nerve. The guts to make the throws most quarterbacks wouldn't even try. And here's the thing, you've got to understand the bigger picture. Since Baker Mayfield walked out that door, Cleveland's quarterback room has felt like a revolving door at an airport. Players in, players out, none of them giving us that long-term stability we've been dying for. Injuries, inconsistency, endless debates over the guy. Browns fans have been living on edge, waiting for a sign of something real. Well, tonight, I think we just saw it. Could Sanders be that guy? The answer to years of frustration? I'm not saying he's there yet, but the buzz inside the building says this might be different. And remember, this isn't some cupcake division. We're talking Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, teams that will eat you alive if you're not ready. But if Shedeur keeps developing, if he carries this momentum into the season, the Browns might have just found their secret weapon. A quarterback who can sling it and make magic with his legs. That's not just dangerous. That's season-changing. And it's not just Cleveland talking about it. This thing went national. Actually, scratch that. Global. LeBron James himself jumped on X right after the game, calling Shedeur the young prince and telling him to keep going up. That's not just a compliment, that's an endorsement from one of Cleveland's all-time sports icons. When LeBron's co-signing you, that's a message to every scout, every rival, and every sports fan that this kid's star power might go beyond the NFL. Now, let's not pretend it was flawless. There were a couple overthrows, a decision or two he probably wants back. But that's part of the rookie process. What matters is how he responded. No panic, no drop in confidence, just right back to work. That's the difference between good quarterbacks and great ones. You can coach footwork, you can coach mechanics, but that mindset, that resilience, that's baked in. Here's what really caught my attention. For stretches of the game, Sanders was in there with the starters. That's not an accident. That's Kevin Stefanski and this coaching staff saying, we're starting to trust you. And when a rookie gets that kind of nod in his first real action, you better believe that's a sign of where this could go. This wasn't just a debut, this was a statement. And now the Browns have a decision to make. Do we keep him with the backups in practice, or do we start getting him real reps with the ones? And trust me, our division rivals are watching this tape tonight, already thinking about how they're going to try to stop him. Cleveland's history is full of big names. Jim Brown, Bernie Kosar, Joe Thomas, legends who carried this city on their shoulders. But for the last 2 decades, the quarterback position has been our blind spot. This season, maybe that changes. Maybe Shedeur Sanders is the one to flip the script. Browns fans, I know you've been through it. The heartbreaks, the false starts, the maybe next year speeches, but I also know what hope feels like. And this feels like hope. The stadium was alive tonight. Social media was on fire, and for the first time in a long time, people aren't just talking about Cleveland's defense. They're talking about our quarterback. And yeah, it's early. But if Sanders keeps building on this, if he keeps showing this kind of leadership and poise, we might not just be talking about a fan favorite. We might be talking about the next franchise icon. The road ahead won't be easy, but if there's one thing Cleveland understands, it's grit. And Shedeur, he's got it. So here's what I want to know. Right now, drop it in the comments. Is Shedeur Sanders the guy? Do you believe we just saw the first chapter of something special? Or is it too early to crown him? I'm telling you, I'll be right here, every step of the way, bringing you every update, every storyline, every ounce of this journey. Because if this kid really is the future, then we're about to witness something Cleveland hasn't seen in a very long time. Thanks for watching and see you next one.